Nobody is legit. Mama made you thick. Don't know why you wonder why them other hoes talk shit. I see sex in your eyes.
Rodriguez Broadnax, better known by his stage name JACQUEES, is an American singer-songwriter from Atlanta, Georgia. Born April 15th, 1994, age 22. Dude's dreads seem to be rather iconic, rather interlocked right off the bat. I can tell from the scarring in his dreads. This guy, young buck, but always holding down the braidlock look. It seems to be happening in every single photo that we come across, is the braids, and more braids. This is quite achievable when you have interlocks that are really thin. It makes your hair pliable, like your head wasn't even in dreads to begin with. So keep that in mind if you are looking to have a braidlock sort of style for your dreads. Like JACQUEES here, just get interlocks and have them braided up as much as you can. Do-rags like this here are quite useful for dreads in terms of keeping lint and fluff off the scalp, but not so beneficial for the remainder of the dreads that pop out from underneath. So these can be used to wrap your head up at night. It's better than using nothing, but of course try and get like a silk that covers your whole hair when you're sleeping at night. I was pointing out that in his locks, they are susceptible to molding. Considering he has braidlocks and interlocks all the time, there is room for water to get trapped between the braids at this point, which could be damaging to his hair, but it's just a precaution and a forewarning, not saying that it's absolutely true in his case. Being the youngest photo that I found of him, we can see the scarring and the interlocks that his dreads took shape here. So they're very thin. They're not smooth. They are kind of wavy slash kinky, where we can see that those are interlock scars 100%. These locks reminded me of my old set, KNOTLOCKS version 1.0, very thin, cylindrical from afar but scarred from up close. And these locks always in braids, as you can see, and the bottoms being held in with rubber bands if you're curious on how he keeps the braids in. It might just be me, but these photos remind me of Lil Wayne in his younger days for some reason. It's just the way that he carries himself with these braidlocks. Now, I did notice on photos like this that with his hair braided back all the time, it is susceptible to alopecia, where he might have thinning of his hair. And notice around the crown where people get it tapered, his hair is very thin in these spots, almost like it's just balling up. So just note that braiding your hair can stretch it out like this. And lastly, photos like this really show how long his locks quite are, and you can see that interlocking will give you quite the length over the years to come. But look how thin his dreads are, and it's not like they're gonna get much thicker unless he braids them up together. So obviously he likes the feeling of thicker braids. That's why he's always doing it. I'm heading over to his Instagram page. We see that he is quite the popular fellow with 1.6 million followers. Again, braidlocks happening in full effect. Notice the hood here. Hoodies aren't meant to fit dreadheads, is what I'm noticing, and I'm working to figure and solve this problem out to make a hoodie that is meant for dreadlocks. Kind of gets to me. We can see here again the braidlocks. I like how he has them kind of pulled back in a cornrow style, and the front ones are braided and left as bangs. Pretty unique looking style. I've never seen anyone with a look like this. Definitely making it unique in the game. But of course, as always, when you wear your hair in braidlocks all the time, it does pose a risk for damaged scalp. So just keep that in mind. Of course, it's your own decision. Do whatever you want to do. Seeing pictures like this, we just see that his hair is getting braided and braided over and over again. Hopefully he has someone to take care of his locks quite well for him. We can see that when he gets them braided up, he actually has some rubber bands in the ends to keep them all together. And shots like this again show the thick braids that he has in play pretty much on a constant basis. Now this photo popped up with some bleach happening in the braid out, but this is actually not JACQUEES, this is Da Vinci. And here again he's pulling the dread bun on the top of his head, still in the braids, as we can see a little bit of discoloration happening in the locks. It honestly looks like every photo is ending up like this though. And on this photo you can actually see lint and stuff in his hair. Specifically right up here at the top right, there is a patch of white. Could be something worth flaking out of his locks, to be honest. Might even be a patch of mold, considering they're interlocks and considering they're always braided up. Again, down here as well, another patch of whiteness. This is just the reasons why we don't braid our hair so much, especially when it's wet. But for the most part, we see the braids in full effect at every photo. I'm going to end this dread review here. Hopefully you guys enjoyed it. JACQUEES, Atlanta R&B singer. Hopefully you guys smash that like button down below, and make sure you stay tuned and stay subscribed. This is Not Nation content. I'll see you guys in tomorrow's video. Peace.
Canto, left side of canto. If you know what's good for you.